ANIA LaSalle Harvest of the Arts Festival. sulAtNIMO holds a series of programs including educational workshops in the fields of creative writing and journalism.
sulAtNIMO. I conceptualized sulAtNIMO in 2019. I had a conversation with Sergis Felimon, who was then at the time the director of the McGill Writing Center of Lasalle University. And initially, when we had that, sometimes I always start creating projects over, simple conversations. And then suddenly, ting, again, then suddenly we thought of, I was very interested at the time to really develop a writing festival, a writing project for Lasalle University. And when Sir Jess approached me that he wanted to develop a writing workshop that the McGill Writing Center, the MWC at the time, will spearhead. And that's when I said, okay, then we'll have a writing project. And that's when I started, I always wanted to bring the animo branding. And that's when I coined the term sulAtNIMO. With this, I started contacting my good friend Juan Iquez, Christian values in real life, to come to Ozamiz to conduct the first ever sulAtNIMO in November 2019. And that was the birth of sulAtNIMO. At the time, when I had a discussion with Sir Jess, we wanted that the output of sulAtNIMO will be staged into a production. And it can be either the family days or in the university days. And then I was pushing that idea of, it can be from sulAtNIMO to dulAtNIMO. So you have the output of sulAtNIMO will now be staged, will be mounted into a festival of performances, which we will call at dulAtNIMO. No? Unfortunately, pandemic came, so in November 2019, it only happened, and then, when the pandemic hit, we were on standstill. So that idea of producing whatever that will be developed from the sulAtNIMO and, kind of mentoring of the students of LaSalle who participated during that first workshop, that they will be able to create sort of 10-minute plays. Then eventually, we can be staged as a dulAtNIMO. And that was the trajectory of sulAtNIMO. I think that is for me what really inspires me to push through with sulAtNIMO, especially that it's not only me alone, but I have a partner who believes in this inside the university, Sir Jess, being the director of the MWC at the time. And I know that we will go somewhere with this project. It became easier on my part because the MWC with the LSU Tingog, they become the organizers. They manage the whole event. So I was just to really guide them what to do next, what to prepare next. And the students, student writers of LSU Tingog, and of course under the MWC, they were there to support the conduct of sulAtNIMO. And that made my life easier because I was just there to facilitate, things that are needed. But the guys, the writers, were there to support, we're there to manage the whole event. I think the success story of that first ever sulAtNIMO is that idea that we are able to present to the world that Lasalle University can organize a writing workshop. And eventually that we can invite experts from outside of Ozamiz to come to Lasalle University to facilitate or to train our aspiring writers in the area. I am hoping that sulAtNIMO with now, we under the new festival management now, and making it as a writing festival, that it will it will create more ripples. It will encourage more writers. I know that we have good writers in the area, in Lasalle University, for example. But again, there are no platforms for them. Of course, there are many writing festivals, writing workshops outside Ozamiz. But, for practicality's sake, it's difficult financially. But with sulAtNIMO, we can bring in experts in the field, in writing, in writing plays, in poetry, and the likes, to come to Ozamiz, to come to Lasalle University, and conduct these trainings or workshop for our young writers in the area. And I think, again, we position our Lasalle University position as, again, a center for culture and the arts in this part of the country. And we are not only providing, we are providing the young writers in the area through this festival. So they don't have to really go to, far, like maybe Iligan with the Iligan National Writers Workshop, or even in Bacolod, or maybe in Manila. But we can bring experts to come, and positioning Lasalle University as an organizer of a writing festival in this part of the country. So I am hoping that in the future, that idea of sulAtNIMO and the trajectory to dulAtNIMO will be realized in the future. And that's my wish for sulAtNIMO, to follow that trajectory, that from sulAtNIMO, the students will be mentored to develop original scripts, and then eventually will be staged to what we call as dulAtNIMO, or a play festival. I am Felimon Blanco, the founder of sulAtNIMO, and I am formally turning over the festival management of sulAtNIMO to the LSU Educational and Digital Media Services team, headed by Mr. Ted Najantakan. I am wishing that you continue providing, creating platforms for the young writers in the area, and really pushing for the students to write, and let their works be staged in the future under dulAtNIMO. Congratulations, way to go, sulAtNIMO. Thank you. I am forever Lasallian, Animo Lasalle.
sulAtNIMO holds a series of programs including educational workshops in the fields of creative writing and journalism.